Caspian, you just rode on your very own Jeep. What are your thoughts?
I loved it.
Gracias, Don Alberto.
Gracias.
Hey, welcome back to Hourless Life. If you are just joining our video series, we are Eric and Brittany Highland, and along with our 6-year-old son Caspian, we are attempting to drive around the world in our home, a 2021 Jeep Gladiator that we call Dauntless. Now, just so you know, our goal with this video series is to take you with us like a first-person point of view and show you what a real global overlanding journey is like. Now, our videos are going to make the most sense if you watch them in order, but if you're just joining us for the first time, that's totally fine. In this video, we are in the country of Colombia in South America. In our last video, we took you with us to the incredible thermal pools of Santa Rosa de Cabal, and if you missed that, we'll link that video here. It was amazing. In today's video, we're going to take you to the charming pueblo of Salento, Colombia in the first half of the video, and in the second half, we're going to take you to the Valle de Cocora, which has the tallest palm trees in the world and is one of the most beautiful places we've seen in all of our travels. You are not going to want to miss that. If this interests you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Join us on the journey around the world. We'd love to show you what this journey is really like.
Are we in the town, Daddy?
We just drove through the town, son. Now we are heading to Cilento. Always road construction out here in this part of Colombia. Mostly from the landslides, but there's always blocked up traffic. After passing through the construction areas, the rest of the drive into Cilento wasn't bad at all. The drive was essentially a well-paved road through the jungle that climbed up in elevation until it opened up to the town. Now, the town of Cilento is located in the northeast section of the department of Quindio and dates back to 1830 when the liberator Simón Bolívar passed through here and spent the night in a house made of straw. It has a population of about 10,000 people and sits at around 6,000 feet of elevation. Most recently, it is famous as the town that inspired the Disney movie Encanto, which Caspian absolutely adores.
That house reminds me of Casa Madrigal.
As we were arriving into Cilento, we were all super excited. Driving through the streets, seeing all of the architecture, had us transported into a different world, and we were ready to explore. And we had a plan. It was a good plan. There was a spot on iOverlander that everyone who had been here said was the best spot in all of Cilento. It was a horse farm. It was just a short 10-minute walk from the center of town. So we headed directly there, intending to park, find some lunch, but our day was about to take a turn. So we got down here and it is muddy. If it weren't muddy, it wouldn't be a bad spot. They have showers and bathrooms, apparently hot showers.
We have a really different experience from people in vans and other vehicles that are self-contained. Like, we literally live outside, and so the ground conditions really impact our camp. It's just the way our setup is. So I think a lot of those people were camping in vans and maybe didn't have 6-year-olds. And it doesn't matter as much whether the ground is muddy or not if you're living in a van.
We've tried 3 different places. The first one was too muddy. The second one didn't exist. The third one was a parking lot at a restaurant in the middle of the town.
A small parking lot.
Yeah. And Brittany didn't really like any of them. She wants a place where we can camp for a good 2 or 3 nights and enjoy the town. And it looks like the only place that we're going to be able to do that might be out of town. So we are headed to another location now, which we don't know if they will be able to accommodate us or not. We are going to ask. Brittany found this place on Google, and we're going to go ask them if they'll let us camp. This is called Finca Cardenales, and we are going to go upstairs and ask them if they'll let us camp down here. Caspian just asked me, what did they say, Daddy? They said no.
So there's no place at the inn in Cilento. We have had a really hard time finding a place here. We've been to several places in other towns in Colombia, locations like hostels or hotels that would normally say, yes, you can park here for the night. Everyone's saying no. So it's a very different vibe from what we've experienced in the rest of Colombia. I know that we're hungry and that we need a place to sleep tonight. That's what I know right now.
We've spent the entire day, it feels like, looking for different places. And after all that, we're going back to the horse stables with the smelly horse manure and the mud. Because that apparently is, in fact, the best place to camp in Cilento, which is what everybody told us when we got there, we couldn't believe that that was the case.
You have arrived. Regresamos.
We're back where we started, in this little muddy area. We're gonna camp right here. Brittany doesn't think we'll be here long.
I don't know that it's gonna get much better than this, babe.
Okay, this is the most unlevel we've been in this parking lot.
Problem is that this is mud. It's like a mud pit. What's that?
I'm 1 and 1. Okay, can we put a goat tread under that tire?
Can we go to the bathroom?
Okay, baby. I'll get you out in a second. He needs to go potty. I'll take care of the goat tread. You take care of him. Believe it or not, we had spent nearly 4 hours looking for a spot, and we ended up right back where we started. Sometimes that's the way it goes. We were all grumpy at this point and hungry, but it was finally time to start exploring Cilento. Our first stop, of course, was lunch. It has been a rough morning. We looked everywhere, couldn't find anything, but we ended up coming to a restaurant, a little local place that Brittany found on Google, and you can see the steam coming off of Brittany's plate. Mine has a little shrimp in it. We ended up spending a few days exploring Cilento. On one of the days we were there, Brittany and I split up for the morning. I took Caspian to get his hair cut, and Brittany went off to do some work and figure out where we could get our laundry done. I think sometimes people who watch our YouTube videos think that our life is just one big vacation, and the truth is, it's not. Full-time international overlanding is just a way of living life differently. We still need to take care of the regular things like haircuts and laundry and shopping, only often it's much harder. After his haircut, I took Caspian to the main plaza of Cilento, where Caspian had been eyeing something that interested him. This is a whole lineup of mini Hourless Jeeps.
I want to take the orange Hourless Jeep for you.
You want to pick the orange one for me? Okay, I guess this is the one Caspian wants to do right here. Let's see if we can do this. It's 3,000 pesos to make a full lap around the plaza. Caspian, your very own Jeep. What the heck? What do you think?
Wow.
Caspian the Jeeper, his very own Hourless. And there's his matching counterpart. Got your text.
No, I'm texting you.
No texting while driving. Are you driving?
I can do both at once.
No, you can't. Don't do that. You can't say that. That's dangerous. Texting and driving is dangerous, silly. Caspian, you just rode on your very own Jeep. What are your thoughts?
I loved it. Okay, so there were 3 pedals. The geo that could like move around, although it didn't really move. There was a steering wheel, 2 horns, and like maybe a phone. A jacket poncho.
And it's made out of?
Alpaca.
And it's a little bit too big for you, but you like it. Why?
Because if my hands don't come out, my hands won't get cold.
Even though we were staying at the horse farm mud pit, we did make the best of our time in Cilento. As you can imagine, the town is filled with tons of artisan shops, a lovely main thoroughfare, and plenty of good eateries. But back to our conversation about it not being a vacation. Even things like church, we do a little bit differently than most people, but we still manage to find a way to make it happen every Sunday. After our family church time, we headed out for some pizza for our final night in Cilento, and the next morning we packed up and headed out to Valle de Cocora. We've spent 4 nights here at the horse farm in Cilento. It actually turned out okay. Had a good time here, enjoying the city, getting a little bit of work done, and today we are headed to Valle de Cocora, which is the area that has the tallest palm trees in the world. The drive from Salento to Valle de Cocora is only about 30 minutes long, but it is 30 of the most breathtaking minutes we've ever driven. You drop down out of Salento along this road, and then you hit these gorgeous farmlands where the grass is emerald green and the sky is a misty blue. The plains and farmland quickly change into a tree-lined highway as you get closer and closer to the valley. And from there, it just becomes more magical with every single mile. And just when you think it can't get any more beautiful, it does. Then, when you finally get through to the palm trees, you are greeted with what can only be described as an awe-inspiring place. We are starting to see the palm trees now. These are the tallest palm trees in the world.
You can say that.
tallest palm trees in the world.
Hello, patetas.
Hola.
Look at all these horses, Caspio.
I want to go on a horse.
I know you do, sweetie. And Daddy knows that too.
Not by myself. Yeah.
I thought we were going to be like in the middle of nowhere in like a peaceful, natural area.
They say at night it's peaceful.
It's just so frustrating, baby.
Sorry, love.
Caballero, ¿cómo está? Buen día.
Muy
¿Va a
bien, gracias,
estacionar?
buen día. Sí, señor.
Le recibo 5,000 pesos y me lo ubica al lado de la buseta verde y la casa rodante, por favor.
Está muy bien, gracias.
Caballero.
She wants us to park next to that truck. There's something right there in the road.
Yeah, how are you supposed to get over that? I don't understand how she expects you to do
I can
that.
park there. I just have to go this way and around.
Okay.
This is the parking lot where we'll be spending the night. There's a lot of people looking at the rigs over here. There's Dauntless parked next to a French family that we actually met in Watepe, and there is another family from Europe here. We're gonna head up there and look to see about some horseback riding. Caspian's been talking about it. Maybe find some lunch, and then tomorrow do a hike around these beautiful palms. We were going to take some horses, but we decided to scrap that idea for now because Caspian is having so much fun with the kids. We just figured we'd let him play. So Brittany's on the other side of the Jeep, enjoying the views, and I'm just hanging out, updating you. So we stopped at this little restaurant. I think they opened it just for us. We're the only ones here, but it's really pretty. And this view behind us is pretty incredible. What do you think, Caspian?
It's really nice. It's cool how that cluster of trees is like a line, and I like how that big palm tree is blocking it. And I like those flowers. They look cool. And look, there's a firework flower. And you know why I called the other ones?
What?
Stick flowers, because like sticks, they have stuff coming out of them. Like, you know how sticks are straight up, but they usually have something like coming out of them? I call those stick flowers.
We are heading back to Dauntless after lunch. Caspian's going to work on his book a little bit and have a little bit of rest time. I might fly the drone. Just like that, the rains came, and holy smokes is it raining. This place cleared out. This is our campsite right in front of our chairs. It is a muddy, muddy mess. Everything's getting soaked. But I guess that's what makes this valley so beautiful.
Whenever you come in, you have to answer my levies and my questions. Like, where are you from? Are you safe? What's your business to do here? And stuff like that.
I have to answer those to go inside the tent?
Yeah, and we're just trying to protect the special animals that are in here.
It rained so hard that Brittany and I got soaked. Our pants are dripping. And so we came inside the tent and they're just hanging up to dry inside our alley cabin. We are starting off on a hike today through the Valley of Cocora. It's a beautiful valley. We'll see what there is. There's a 10,000 peso entry fee per person. And it's well touristed, but it's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous.
You've looked at the map, Daddy. Where do we go first?
Mommy's doing the map.
Hiking options in Valle de Cocora are arguably among the very best that Colombia has to offer. The valley itself is part of the Los Nevados National Natural Park, and it's located in the Andean cloud forest, which is in the heart of the coffee triangle of Colombia, or as it is known to the locals, the Eje Cafetero. Once here, there are various options for hiking, ranging from 2 to 6 hour hikes and coming in at varying degrees of difficulty. No matter which hike you choose, you'll be climbing in elevation significantly through the lush valley, and remember, you're already at 6,000 to 8,000 feet of elevation depending on where you are when you actually start your hike. Caspian acts like a little tour guide wherever he goes. He's always stopping random people and asking them questions and explaining where the trailheads are.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye.
Just trying to help you so you don't go the wrong way.
Okay.
Because we almost went the wrong way.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Bye.
Now, regardless of which hike you choose, all around you, you're going to find the Quindio Wax Palm, which is the national tree and symbol of Colombia. If you've seen the Disney film Encanto, you're already familiar with these majestic trees. Look at this tree behind me. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. You have no idea how tall these trees are. And of course, the camera doesn't even do it justice. They can grow as high as 200 feet tall, and they have a thin wax-covered trunk. They are a marvel to behold.
This has been undoubtedly one of the most beautiful places we've been since leaving the United States.
Yeah.
So incredibly scenic. So yeah, it's been awesome. I'm so thankful for our time here. And it just didn't seem real. The scene with the palm trees and the sunshine and the hills, so much green, was incredible.
It is going to be so hard to leave this area. Brittany said that this side here is her favorite view in the mornings. But we've got to start making tracks to get into Ecuador, and we definitely want to hit that desert. It's going to be a 2-day trip for us. We're going to break it up into about 2 4-hour drives. Brittany, this is not funny. I have no brakes. Sliding all over.
What do you mean you have no brakes?
I have no brakes. Yeah, in our next video, our adventure gets a little more intense as we take you into the Tatacoa Desert on our way through the southern part of Colombia towards Ecuador. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet and you're still watching, please do so and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified whenever we post a new video. We'd love to take you with us on this global journey. And hey, if you'd be willing to buy us a cup of coffee and hang out with us in person, you can do that virtually by joining us on our Patreon, and we'd really appreciate it, and we would love to get to know you there too. It's where we share all of the behind-the-scenes goodness that never makes it to YouTube. Now, the Tatacoa Desert was a challenging and awesome place to explore. We can't wait to share that part of Colombia with you next. We hope you enjoyed this video of Salento and Valle de Cocora, and we will see you in the next video.